Moi. Terve. Tervetuloa kaikille. Tälläpä sitä taas ollaan odottelemassa. En ymmärtänyt. Svenska. Koska opiskelen svenskaa, ruotsia. Täälläpä sitä taas jo ollaan odottelemassa. Ollaan odottelemassa. Odottelette. Te odottelette. Kuin myös. Aha. Kuin myös. En ymmärrä, miksi. Kuin aina, mutta en ymmärrä kuin myös. Koska englanniksi ei, se ei make sense. Odottelemassa tosiaan ollaan. Ilta vain Tylerille ja muille. Joo. Iltaa vain Tylerille ja muille. Odottelemassa tosiaan. Liian sanoja. Ollaan. Se on passive. It's the spoken language. Puhekieli. Taidon. Luulen. En ymmärrä puhekieli tosi hyvin, mutta ymmärrän some. Ymmärrän some. Muutama. Joitain. Vai vähän? Kiitos. JS, Helion, Poyu, JF, Lorelei, Elon. Welcome. Välkommen. Välkommen i Sverige. I'm just gonna slowly start switching to Swedish until Swedish is a welcome respite from the Finnish kielioppi. Parentelen neljättä päivää koronaa Tukholman reissulta. Okay. I hope you recover soon. Get well soon. How do I say that? Get well soon. Parane pian. I've never learned this word. Parane. Parane pian. Yeah. Or you could say parantukka pian. Yeah. Salakalas. Salakalastaya. Kala. Allah. Okay. No. You're just trolling me with this. A secret poacher catches fish in Alaska, on his way to the open country by driving. Matkalla avaran maahan ajamalla. Ajamalla is by driving. Maahan is like to the country. Matkalla is on his way, like on the journey. I guess avaran maahan is combined, meaning to the open country, avara. But I don't know this. Salakalastaya, a secret poacher. Is that really the word for poacher? That you are a kalastaya? A salakalastaya? Like a fisherman? Actually, I don't even know how to say fisherman in Finnish. Someone who catches fish. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, welcome in. Let me see. Pahis as well. I see you. But I'm a bit behind on chat. But I can be excused because you guys are writing in Finnish. You're writing in C1 level Finnish. I'm just a little B1 baby over here. All right, I'm in my comfort zone of B1. But no, I'm improving. I'm improving. Yo. Moi, YouTubessa minun tilaukseni ja etusivut ovat muuttuneet hitaaksi. Something about in YouTube. Tilaus. I've seen that word so many times. Does that mean like a situation? Tilanne is a store. No, tilanne is situation. Which I get confused with tarina, which is a story. So I don't know what tilaus is. Well, let's look it up. But it's tilaukseni. My subscription and homepage have become slow. Okay. Subscribe. Like and subscribe. Etusivu. I know that word. Homepage. Ovat muuttuneet. They've become. Or they've... I always see this and I think of like it's changed. Muuttu. And then hitaksi. There's hidas, hitasti, hitaksi. That's weird. Is that kind of like suomeksi? Like it's in Finnish. Is it the translative case? I don't remember which one, but the KSI case. Hey, Lopset. Hey, kids. Kuin myös means likewise. I think of likewise as samoin. But you can also say kuin myös. Now, I can't say myös. It just, I don't know if I'm saying it even close, but it feels weird today. Kuin myös. Or do you use that differently from samoin? Toivotaan, ettei kääntäjä keksi taas käännöstä täynnä kehonosia, mitä alkuperäisessä tekstissä ei ole. This was actually, toivotaan is like let's hope. Ettei kääntäjä, something about translating to keksi taas. Oh my gosh. Täynnä. I should know. Some of these words I feel like I've seen before, but I don't know. This alkuperäisessä. Alku means like the beginning. Let's hope the translator, I was close, kääntäjä, the translator, let's hope, doesn't come up with a translation full of body parts. Yeah, last week I got trolled, all right? Somebody trolled me via Google Translate. But yeah, that's how it is. Kuin ei kuin. Ollaan on olemme. Yeah, that's like the spoken. Jonkin verran ymmärrät. Something about you understand. You somewhat understand. I don't. Yeah, this is jonkin verran ymmärrät. There are so many words like this. There's like 9,000 words in Finnish that are just like pronoun connector words in various forms that I've never. Yeah, I'm still learning. Jotakin siinä. I don't know what that means. I've seen these words before, but I don't know. Something in it. Jotakin. Is that because it's the KIN is sort of like, that's just like, is that the same keen that you would add to the end of almost any word? For some reason, it's like some mystery of the universe. I still haven't learned how to use that. I know it's like con is used in negative sentences. And I saw it in the Hobbit. In the Hobbit, it was like Bilbo had escaped the goblins. It was like Bilbo on path to Newt or something like that. He had managed Pakon to escape Hisia from the goblins. Mutta hän ei ole Ayaste. It was something. Hey, you know what? It's right here. We'll find it. I did my best to look it up. Oops. Bilbo. Here it is. Mutta hänellä ei ollut aavistustakaan, missä hän oli. Yeah. But he had no idea. On, because it's in the negative. Oli päässyt. Bilbo oli päässyt. I said on päässyt or probably something totally wrong. But yeah. Nyt me aletaan kirjoitan vaan puhekieliä tätiin. You're gonna now. I'm starting to write only in puhekieli chat in the chat to practice vuoks. I don't know what vuok. I don't know. Let's see what Google Translate does with that though. Now we will start writing in colloquial chat for practice. Is that what vuoksi means? I don't know that use of vuoksi. Because it makes me think of vuosi, which is a year. And so then I'm like, vuoksi. Probably not even related, but would be good to know. Sverige is the country. Ja varmaan sit käytetään myös. Oh my gosh, you guys, are you writing in Estonian? What the crap is this? Ja varmaan, probably, I know that word. Our own dialect features are also used there. Sit käytetään myös meidän omia. See, this is exactly what frustrates me when Finnish people are like, our language is pronounced exactly the way it's written. Well, maybe if you're like, if you're reading a book, yes. But that's not how you talk. You're all using this weird stuff. And I'm like losing my mind over it. It's like there's like 7 different languages. Everyone has their dialect, and then there's like some standard form of Finnish that all Finnish people know, but none of them actually speak. It's like I'm being gaslit into thinking Sindarin and Quenya are the same language. All right? They're different. They might have evolved from the same language, but they're different. Anyway, there's my Tolkien rant. It was short, okay? Just to my credit. And we're only 17 minutes in. Alaskala is with some fishing equipment. So it's not about Alaska. Alaskasa would have been better. Okay, and Kalastaya is a fisherman. Salakalastaya is a poacher of fish. And poacher is Sala Metsastaya. Ah, yeah, because Metsasta is to hunt. I know that because I had a sentence in my flashcards about, it's like, Karhu ja susi metsästävät yhdessä. That they're hunting. I wonder if that's ever happened. A bear and a wolf have just hunted together. I don't know, maybe. It might have happened. But I also feel like it seems unlikely. Bears don't actually hunt that much. I think they eat more just like whatever they find. Tilausia is subscription. This is Learn Finnish part 96. How many parts do you think will be in the series before you can say that you don't have to actively learn Finnish anymore? I will die before before we can reach the number. Unless one of you has a ring of power that can give me extended life. Or, you know, maybe just give me a ring of power that gives me the Finnish language. Right? You don't have to extend my life. That'd be a nice perk. Also invisibility, please, thank you. But just yeah, the Finnish. I'm waiting for my Matrix update to my brain. Plug me in. It is written as spoken and spoken as written. You're surprised a bit, Helion, that Google actually did a pretty good job of recognizing it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I would hate Norwegian, where everyone speaks in dialect and it's encouraged in school. Well, but also like I'm learning Swedish. And so I don't know if I'm going to be able to really understand actual Swedish or Finnish Swedish that I would actually hear around here. I don't know. We'll find out. Wait, bear and a wolf together, each other? You know, same difference? Wait, did I say something in Finnish wrong about that? What is this? Oh, God. Oh, the Danes count really weirdly, even more so than the French. Yeah, it was weird learning the numbers in French. I admit that. I remember when you get up to 80, it's just nonsense. That's true. I could listen to Svenska Yle. I need to look into. I haven't really gotten that far yet. I'm still at such a basic level. Like, I'm only just now learning how to, like, put the plurals on nouns. And even that is like, oh my gosh. Because there's, what, for example, there's äpple for apple. And then there's äpplet for the apple. And then there's äpplen for apples. And then there's äpplena for the apples. I think it's something weird like that. And all of that is very confusing because the en is typically on other nouns just to, it's, you know, I'm not going to go into the, there are some weird things that happen with nouns in Swedish. I'm just now learning it. But yeah, no, it was okay as far as the language is concerned. Just don't think that a bear and a wolf would hunt. Oh, but rather they would hunt each other. I don't know. Actually, I think it's less likely. Like, wolves wouldn't hunt a bear. Right? Like, there's no way. Because they, like, well, unless they were, like, starving. Because wolves would hunt, like, deer and stuff, right? And bears wouldn't go after wolves. That's like, they probably wouldn't be able to catch a wolf. And it would be a huge amount of energy to try and hunt a wolf. But I don't know, maybe there have been cases like that. I mean, what do I know? I'm not like a biologist over here. There's some inconsistency in Swedish plurals. Good luck. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. So what else have I been doing? I have a lot of sentences that I haven't. Actually, no, I've practiced most of my sentences. At least some of them I haven't practiced. Like, well, this one is probably Saisin ko kupin kahvia. Could I get a cup of coffee? But yeah, I added in, I don't know if this was here last time. I think I might have added this recently, but the review least recent is really good because it might not be a difficult sentence, and it might be a sentence I've practiced multiple times, like 2 or 3 months ago, but it's been so long that I need to see it again. So I've put it here. All right, so I'm practicing these as well. But yeah, let's do that. Let's see what we can do. Also, it's kind of nice to do the least recent because I had easier sentences. Now ChatGPT is giving me really difficult sentences. Or maybe, I mean, my prompts are asking too much, you know, so it's giving me longer sentences with more complex and like very specific like gardening terminology that like doesn't even exist in English. Like certain types of pruning shears called secateurs, which is a word I had never heard in English. But yeah, that's there you go. Arena has a podcast. Well, how do I say that? I was gonna say nyheter, but then I was like, it's probably nyheter på lätt svenska. In easy svenska. Helppo suomea. Lätt svenska. Well, I mean helppo ruotsia. I should add a new column in my fancy spreadsheet for Swedish translation of the sentence. Yeah, I have actually been thinking it would be fun to start a project. I mean, I've kind of been working on it, but I don't know, it's difficult. But yeah, to have a collection of like 1,000 sentences that have all of like, I know, yeah, the top 1,000 or 3,000 words, however many words you can put, you know, reasonably in 1,000 sentences or so, and then to have and then for them not to be too complicated or like too long, but to demonstrate kind of the core features of the language, and yeah, that would be, I think, a good kind of challenge to practice that way with those flashcards, because I am finding the flashcards helpful. now that I'm actually practicing them. Like I already practiced 22 this morning. And I don't typically even practice Finnish on Tuesdays in the morning. Because I know I have to do it with you guys, so I wait. I do something else with my time. But yeah. It would be fun actually to have those sentences, 1,000 sentences in English, Finnish, and Swedish, and to be able to say them all. That could be really useful. Because if I don't know a word, and I'm like, oh, what's that called? I could just kind of recall the sentence, and then it would fill in the word, jog my memory maybe a little bit better. But yeah, let's practice a little bit here. En ehtinyt saada kaikkia tehtäviä valmiiksi. And I do have the translate.
En ehtinyt saada kaikkia tehtäviä valmiiksi.
Let's be honest, guys. Does she say it better than I do? Does she have a more natural sounding Finnish accent? This robot.
En ehtinyt saada kaikkia tehtäviä valmiiksi.
Now listen to me. En ehtinyt saada kaikkia tehtäviä valmiiksi. Who was better? Who was better? Or is it my American accent is just like a cherry on top, And anyways, it means I didn't manage, or I didn't have time saada kaikkia to get all of the tasks done. I didn't have time to finish all the tasks. I believe I can fly. You guys remember that song? That was my childhood. Do you have any idea? Like, as a kid growing up in the 90s, playing basketball in the driveway with the other neighbors' kids. And we lived in the era when they introduced the adjustable height basketball goals, and we would have slam dunk contests because we would lower it down to just like 2 meters. So we could fulfill our dream as like 4'4", whatever centimeters that is. My freedom units over here. We're dunking. I believe I can fly. Also, I think, was that in the movie Space Jam? I think so. Or I associate it with Space Jam. It was of the same era. Thanks for putting the link to the podcast in the Discord. Is there a language war here? So let's start with Japanese. Sometimes I do feel like Finnish people, like, who complain about foreigners not learning Finnish, they should try learning Japanese. Just learn Japanese. How hard can it be? And they'll be like, but I don't live in Japan. And it's like, well, yeah. Imagine if you did, though. Imagine if you did, and Japanese would just speak to you in English. And every time you try to say anything in Japanese, they just look at you like, what? That's what it's like, okay? Though most Finnish people aren't like that. I don't want to generalize. I've just suffered much at the hands of this language. Hän kertoi, että kaikki on kunnossa. He said that all... It just means like all is good, right? Everything is okay. And again, maybe this doesn't answer the question. Someone in chat mentioned, like, if you say you're okay in English, it doesn't sound as good as if you say it in Finnish. Like, it's fine. Right? It's all about tone. All right? English is a tonal language.
Hän kertoi, että kaikki on kunnossa.
Että kaikki on kunnossa. Japanese is pretty popular amongst your students, Helion. Dang it. Yeah, it turns out that like all those people actually are fluent in Japanese, and I just look like a fool. I was like, I'll teach you a lesson, and they're like, I don't know. Oh, I got this right. Hän otti sen itse, vaikka kukaan ei pyytänyt. He or she took it himself. Also, can we complain, or is it just going to be a me complaining situation? Probably just me. But hän, now that I'm learning Swedish, it's really confusing that in Swedish, han means he, and then there's hun for she, which is kind of cute because it kind of sounds like you're calling her hun, like short for honey. At least that's what some people would say in English as like a, I don't know, cute nickname, hun. Not to be confused with the Huns, who were not cute about it. I've seen the movie Mulan. All right, the Huns were to be feared. They were also kind of badass, though. Hän otti sen itse vaikka. What was this? He or she took it, him or herself. Why is it himself and herself and not his self? I don't know. Vaikka kukaan ei pyytänyt. Even though nobody asked. Even though nobody asked. I think I got it. Let's do manga in Finnish. Oh, a memory aid for me, Helion. Han, he, hun, she, han, both, / either. But see, the problem is, the alphabet as defined that way doesn't exist for me. Like my alphabet stops at Z. We don't have extra letters. We don't have a, rotsalainen o. So it's like, so in order to remember your thing, I also have to remember the alphabet, and I have to think about that all immediately in the split second that somebody is talking. I have to solve a Sudoku. I solve a Rubik's Cube in 1.6 seconds. Osaan puhua suomea. This is the kind of sentence I need to say more. I know how to speak Finnish. I almost said Swedish. Because it starts with an S. I saw the S and I was just going straight. And then I was like, oh, nope, hold on. All right. Do you think it would be possible to just take... You know how like I saw this trend where some people are taking loan words in Finnish or loan words from English or other languages that have entered into Finnish, and they are creating their own Finnish words for those words, or, you know, just so that they can keep using Finnish words. I would like to hear the opposite. As an experiment, I would like for you to take all of your Finnish words and change them. How would you, if you like, you know, to know something, nota, and you have to spell it as Knowtaa. Notan. I know. Minä notan. Minä notan. Speakata. Finishia. Finishta. How does that sound? Notan. Ikda. That would entertain me at least. Maybe I would have a chance at understanding. That's my dialect. Please respect my dialect. You had problems with gender of words in French. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. And Japanese is like even more insane. Just add a and to the end of the alphabet. Just adding 3 or 2 letters shouldn't be too hard. But it's always easy in theory. It's like one of those, when you're like, why do people die doing dumb things? Rarely does the person actually think what they're doing is dumb. They're like, why didn't they follow instructions? Why did they veer? Why didn't they follow the path? And now they're lost. But like in the moment, the person was probably thinking like, oh, but where did the path just kind of ends here? Where am I? Maybe I just need to go a little further, and I could see around that corner the path maybe shows up again. And they go, and then they end up in this terrible situation. They're like, oh crap. And then they're like, well, I can't go back because that would just be embarrassing. And then admitting defeat, I gotta press on. That's me with the Finnish language, all right? What you think is easy, don't put it past me. And the hen is a third gender in Swedish. I have a complete keyboard. If by complete you mean that it has the Nordic layout, yes. Because my computer is from here. I bought it here. Yeah, it would be kind of annoying, I guess. You're trying to change Finnish is counterproductive to your attempt to learn it. Just saying. JS. Let's just first of all recognize that things do not have to be in opposition to each other. Multiple dialects can coexist peacefully. I just want official recognition of my English Finnish. It'll be called English. Not to be confused with Finglish or Finglish. That's a totally different thing. That's where like people are just speaking Finnish but then using some English words. Mine is English stem based, but with Finnish grammar. Oh, to save a document is savetta. Exactly. See, the IT people, they know what's up. They know. They're speaking my language. You can't, JS, you are not the language authority. All right, this isn't France. We don't have an Académie Française over here dictating. All right, but that's a good point, Pahis. I still have to learn the rules. After that, it's fun to break them. It's just punishment for all of us trying to learn the rules. Get more speakers, and then we try again. Same for music composing, about rules. Yeah. Sain luvan mennä elokuviin. I got permission to go to the movies. Avaimeni käy tähän lukkoon. My key fits this lock. Jos tiedoston tallennus epäonnistuu, niin sitten kyllä sapetaa. What? It's like something about if tiedoston. Does that mean like without knowledge? And epäonnistuu. Is that unfortunate? Niin sitten kyllä, then yes, sapetaa. Let me Google Translate. If the file saving fails, then it will hurt. I was gonna say I don't know. I saw onni and I thought fortune, and epäonni I was thinking unfortunate, but in this case it just means to fail. If the file saving fails, then it will hurt. What? Quebec is the worst about the strict language laws. I didn't know that, actually. I'm surprised. Labels on music instruments should be in French. At least that's what they've proposed. Yeah. Hän kävi katsomassa vanhempiaan. He or she went crazy. They went katsomassi. They what is it? They what? Vanhempiaan. Vanha is old. Vanhempi is older. They went shopping. Why do I want to say shopping, but it's not shopping. Katso is to see. They katsomassa. They went on a sightseeing trip later? Oh. What? I don't know this. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I've gotten this one wrong before for the same reason. They went to see their parents. And by the way, I'm saying they. I know it's singular. I'm using the they singular because I don't want to have to constantly say he or she. Just they. They went to see their parents. Vanhempi. Vanhempi means parent. I know that. But yeah, I had a brain fart. I brain farted it. Näetkö mitään epätavallista tässä kuvassa? This one's like, do you see anything unusual in this photo? Or in this picture? Oh, your savetta sapetta joke was too complex for me, boy. Most things are too complex for me. You know, once upon a time I thought I was an intelligent person, but now the brain cells they've degraded. Sapetta is to feel angry because something annoying happened. That's what that means. To feel angry. What did Google Translate say? Do we still have it? It will hurt. So it's not really this, but it will. Then you'll get angry. Is that what it means? And hey, Yuha, welcome. How are you? The PV consonant gradation. Yeah. Kind of the relationship savetta and sapetta. Not that I would ever make that mistake, because I am a Finnish genius. You guys just don't speak my dialect. That's all. All right, see you later, Juha. Thanks for dropping by. Sapitaminen probably comes from sappi and its fluids being sour tasting. Really? Okay. Huh. Wait, what is sappi? Meaning sap? Or something else? Sudenkorennot lentävät lammen yllä. The dragonflies are flying above the pond. I also learned was dammen in Swedish. It was it was like ankar. Oh, I forget. Yeah, I don't know. What was the word? It was like ducks are swimming. Is it simmar? Simmar. Something dammen. Poa dammen or e dammen. They are swimming in the pond. So, or I don't know. Is that lake? I don't know. No, lake is like sjön or something weird. I'm so worried about the pronunciation of some of these, like SJ, SK. I would like to understand how the sound changed. Like, what happened to the sound? Why did it suddenly become a hua sound? Oh, sappi is bile produced by the gallbladder. Oh, okay. Wait, sorry again for what? Wait, TGF, the moment that you need to know the word bile in Finnish, and it is not in the figurative sense, something gone a whole lot wrong. What? Wait, sappi is generated in the liver. I mean, I don't remember. I don't remember how all of this stuff. Metsissä on nyt paljon hirvikärpäsiä. In the forest, i skogen, on nyt paljon, there are now, is it like delfins in Swedish? There are now a lot of hirvikärpäsiä, and I haven't learned that in Swedish, but that means, well, literally it's a moose fly, but it just means a deer fly, right? Yeah, deer fly. There are a lot of deer flies in the forest now. Internal organs are now on your mind. Yeah, been a long time since my biology or anatomy class. Järvi jäätyi talvella. The lake froze over in winter. Jäätyi, past tense. Metsässä on paljon sieniä syksyisiin. There are a lot of mushrooms in the forest during autumns, plural, but just during autumn. There are a lot of mushrooms in the forest during autumn. Hän lupasi palata viimeistään huomenna. He or she got permission to play, palata, or to return. No, not permission. I get this confused because I think of lupa being permission. Asu lupa. But in lupata, in this case, is to promise. They promised to return. And I get that one confused because I think of pelata, which is to play. Palata is to return. And I know this word because this is one of the few Finnish words I encounter all the time. Palatus or palataus. Palaus? Pelaus? Wait, what? I see it at the library because it's a return. If you're doing a return. Book return. Kirjan palautus. That's okay. Palautus. Palautus. Palataus. The things I say, I don't know. Palata. To return tomorrow by the latest, or at the latest. Viimeistään. Palautus. Lupa is binding. Oh no, JS. I'm sorry about that you were in the hospital on Saturday. Nothing was found though, the gallbladder stone suspect. Oh man, that sucks. To go through that kind of pain where you have to call like an ambulance. Oh, and at 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm sorry. And here I am, like just complaining about how the Finnish language is torturing me. God, I have the worst life. But I'm like, I don't know. I've got it pretty good. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. Thanks for putting my I don't know, my frustrations in better perspective. But no, I do hope that you're okay and you're feeling better. The nurses and doctors were really nice and friendly. That's good. Don't be sorry. You're not. You're like, I had a great time. It was the most eventful weekend. It was like, I should have an ambulance ride every weekend. Go to the hospital. Everyone is taking care of me. You know, it is funny how like just having positive interactions with people can make such a big difference. Especially if that person isn't obligated to be nice to you, if that makes sense. You know, it's like they don't get paid more being nice to you, or like they're just nice. And that's or they, you know, people like I got my hair cut yesterday and the lady who cut my hair was just really nice. And then we were talking about things, and of course then we were talking a bit about, I don't know, America and Finland and some of the differences. And I was telling her about how I like to enact my cultural inheritance when I'm here in Finland. I go to Friends and Burgers, and I've talked about this before. I won't tell like a long story, but basically I like Friends and Burgers because they've got the soda fountain on the outside so you can get free refills. And that just I don't drink soda at home, or I don't, you know. And so when I go to Friends and Burgers, that's like when I consume like 90% of all the sugar that I will have for the month in the form of like soda after soda. And the best part was like I'm telling this story, but then I said, you know, the only way it could be better is if they had Dr. Pepper on the fountain drink or whatever. And then one of the other workers, like in another room, I didn't even know was listening, and then she chimed in with her own. She was like, I don't even remember. I don't think she liked Dr. Pepper. Or no, she mentioned there was a place you could go to get Dr. Pepper on tap, because I've never seen it here in Finland. But yeah, but that was like such a nice experience that we were just bonding. And actually, because I told that, because she asked me what my favorite candy was, and oh, actually, let me show you guys, because I forget what it's called. This is the stuff. This stuff is laced with drugs, okay? The drug of sour sugar goodness. I love these. But these are also like, I don't eat a lot of them because they actually destroy they're so sour they destroy your taste buds. And so I can't really eat a lot of them before it gets to, like, I don't know, it's no longer enjoyable. But yeah, I don't know. We were talking about candy, and I mentioned this one, the Fatser Remix Sour. And then, but I told her that I've never gotten into salmiakki. That's just some part of Finnish culture that, like, I don't hate salmiakki, but it's just like, is this the best you got? Like, and I don't understand how Finnish people love it. It's not just that they're like, oh yeah, we enjoy it. They're like, salmiakki is life. And I'm like, surely we've innovated a little bit on the on the salmiakki paradigm. But then she told me that, because I said I don't think I've met a Finnish person who doesn't like salmiakki. And then she said that her boyfriend doesn't like salmiakki, and that they all make fun of him for it. And I was like, no, stand strong. I was like, that guy. I was like, I guess he doesn't have the excuse that I have, that I didn't have it as a kid, so I can't be judged for not having my brain polluted with salmiakki receptors. There must be some sort of protein that binds to your brain. There must be. I see chat's going crazy. Oh no. Oh wait, okay, no, microphone's okay. I freaked out. I saw I thought maybe my mic had destroyed itself again, but yeah. Anyway, sorry, but I'm glad you had a good experience at the emergency room, JS. It was okay after 3 hours of it starting. Most time was just spent waiting for examinations. Wait, but did they do anything? Like, did they do a procedure? Because you said was it a bladder stone? You said they suspected it. I don't know if it turned out to be something else. Yeah. Oh, it might have passed before. Okay. Then I see, yeah. The sour candy. You love them as well, Lorelai? Just slightly sour? Wait, you think that this is slightly sour? I mean, it is... It's nothing compared to the kind of sour candies we have in America. All right, but I am not picky. I am an equal opportunity sour candy appreciator. All right, and I will appreciate the sour candy here. Though, oh my, I would love to get a sour warhead. Honestly, I think I need to have a sour warhead ritual. Like, can you imagine if sour warheads existed back 1,000 years ago? Like, religions would have been started based on the sour warhead. Like, there's no other experience that compares to the mouth puckering sour warhead destruction. Like, it is so sour, you literally lose control of the muscles in your face. They cramp. It's like, imagine a full body cramp concentrated in the mouth. You know, it's like, was it the American Indian cultures had like peace pipes and other, hallucinogenic stuff. Not just American Indians, but lots of cultures have found ayahuasca. They would have. I want to be a part of the tribe. If I could rewrite human history and I could be reborn, reincarnated in some tribe, it would be the Sour Warhead tribe. All right, and we all take a Sour Warhead before we go to battle. That's what makes us great warriors. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that, so inhaling a whole bag did actually destroy your sense of taste. That you thought you had a cold. Yeah, I can really only eat like 3. And then I'm like, and I like to keep them in the fridge. I like having them cold. Are there things that you guys keep in the fridge that isn't normally kept in the fridge? I feel like candy sometimes. I'll put chocolate in the fridge. Oh, I put Oreos in the freezer. I like having my Oreos in the freezer. Yeah, that's a frozen Oreo is so good. The UFO candy, I might have tried it. I don't remember all the brands. CJS, I've never acquired the salmiakki taste. And I feel like acquired tastes are things that kids don't like, right? Like, I feel like acquired taste means you have to acquire it as you're older. Like broccoli. Yeah. That's why I'm suspicious of this salmiakki nonsense. We will not tolerate disrespect of our beloved salmiakki. Look, I don't hate it. I'm just suspicious of its, what is the word? Psychosomatic qualities. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but it's got some psychological power over the Finnish nation. There are some Finns that don't like salmiakki, and Lorelei, you are not one of them. Oh, so you do like salmiakki. I was for a second thinking, Lorelei, are we twin spirits? Apparently not. It's just me and my barber's boyfriend. That's it. I need to get his number and then hang out, and then it turns out he's also like a big Stardew Valley fan. We start a farm together in Stardew Valley. Best bros for life. Okay, that's how friendships are built. Can you have friends or relatives mail these candies? I mean, I could. And there are sometimes places you can go and buy them, or even just order them online and have them shipped here, I think. But I don't do that. I don't know. That seems like too much effort, and I don't crave candy that badly. All right, see you later, Pahis. Salmiakki is very bad for one's blood pressure. It's a good thing that high blood pressure is not like the worst health issue. Oh, wait. Is that true? That it's bad for your blood pressure? How does it affect your blood pressure? Coffee is an acquired taste you're unable to acquire, JS. See, I like coffee. Not the way that like adults had it when I was a kid. But now there's some really good coffee out there. I also do something that I believe is correct, that other people I think would what is the word or the expression? It's like stick up their noses to. Is that the, people are like, I microwave my coffee when it gets cold. it is worse to keep coffee on a hot plate than to let the coffee cool down to room temperature and then briefly reheat it in the microwave. I firmly believe this. Like the longer you keep the coffee hot, the more that it oxidizes and it can even like burn if the hot plate is too hot or it's there for too long. It's so much better just to let it cool all the way down. I mean, not that you should let it cool all the way down, but if I'm enjoying multiple cups over the course of an hour or two, I come back and I have my last cup and I microwave it. And I don't microwave it to boiling or any, like, I don't even get it that hot. I just get it back up to the right temp and we're good. And I think people would be like, oh, but I think people just have a fear of the microwave because the microwave is associated with like fast food, not fast food, but, you know, pre-made, you know, frozen food, like unhealthy kind of stuff. But I'm using the microwave as God intended. Also, a lot of people think microwaves have like nuclear radiation. And yeah. But licorice can up your blood pressure. Lorelei, you like it a lot. Emphasis on lot. You can have it all. Hey, you know what? I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. How about that? You know, what's the, you know, like there's this fear, are immigrants coming for jobs? Well, be assured, I am not coming for your salmiakki. You can have it. It is all yours. Okay. You're hooked to rainbow Vaffelli. We start talking about candy and then it's like and then I stop practicing Finnish. There's some enzyme or some such ingredient in black candy, such as salmiakki or licorice, that affects your blood pressure, not just salt. I was under the impression that salmiakki doesn't have salt in it. That it tastes salty because of is it the ammonium chloride? But does it actually have salt in it? Like, what is it? What is salt? Is that NaCl? I don't know. Look, chemistry was a long time ago for me as well. I don't. Yeah. The Google foo of the chat is strong tonight. What? Some believe microwaves change the molecules in the food. I mean, if it cooks the food, like if you microwave something long enough to cook it, then a chemical change is happening, right? At least in some parts of the food. Yeah, but the photons in microwaves have so little energy that they are unable to cause chemical changes in the molecules they encounter. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not a chemical chain. I don't, see, again, yeah, maybe I shouldn't. I thought that if you cook food, it changes chemically. But maybe I'm using the wrong terminology. Something happens. You feared it would have nuclear radiation when you were 14, but then you learned science better. Polio. Swedes do have some actually salted licorice, and it's gross. Okay, so yeah, you're right, JF. Ammonium chloride is technically a salt. Okay. All right. Let's what did I get this right? Yeah, I did. I got this right. Add it to the list. Peorat laiduntavat metsän reunalla. The deer, plural, are doing something, and I think it means grazing. I'm like 90% sure this is grazing, but it could be something else because I had something with the cows. The cows were either grazing or lying in the field. But here we go. The deer are grazing at the edge of the forest. Yes, it is grazing. Laiduntaa. Männyn neulaset ovat teräviä. The pine needles are sharp. Terävä. Teräviä. It would have to be high energy radiation like gamma rays to cause chemical changes by breaking chemical bonds. Well, 27. What happens when you cook food? I mean, maybe it's not the photons that are doing it directly, but the heat, right? Like what happens when you cook food? Is it a chemical change? Aloin harjoitella suomea joka päivä. I started to practice Finnish every day. That's actually true. I did. And I've been doing it now for like a month or so. I mean, I would practice before, but like Duolingo, like not good practice. Now I'm actually spending a lot more time doing this. At lunch almost every day, I listen to Selko Uutise, which is like torture. It's torture because it sounds so slow and boring, yet I still struggle to keep up. It's like it's simultaneously too fast, too difficult, and slow and boring. And I'm in the worst of that Venn diagram. But there we go. The change in temperature changes the state of matter. Molecular cooking is an art in itself, with very careful temperature measurements and such. But beyond that, as someone that understands hard sciences, not you, Lorelai, I like learning hard sciences. I've always enjoyed learning it, but there was never really a part of me that like really wanted to, I don't know, like practice it, I guess, or like to be that, I don't know, to do it professionally, I guess. Jotkut ihmiset eivät koskaan naura. This jotkut is confusing me, but it's about, okay, maybe it means like some people never laugh. I mean, that's right. The jotkut is weird. I don't really have a good grasp on a lot of that stuff. Your brain noped out in your teens. I feel like my brain never really noped out. I just was like, there were other things I was more interested in. And that's where I ended up going. Taidan tajuta, mitä yrität sanoa. I think I got, or I think I get what you are trying to say. I think I get what you're trying to say. Like, I think I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah. Tajuta. Taidan tajuta. Cooking at least breaks up molecules. Okay. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe I was thinking chemical reaction. It might not be a chemical reaction in that sense, but I don't know. Increasing energy into a food can increase its temperature, which usually helps in chemical reactions to go forward with more speed. 27. During cooking, when the proteins are heated, the molecules become agitated and move around. This allows the protein to denature, which changes the texture of foods. And there's also some chemical reactions in baking, says JS. But 27. If a protein denatures, is that a chemical reaction? Or is that just a different type of change? I don't know. I don't know my terminology. Ymmärrän tämän näin. Selitys. I understand this as example. Like a physical change, then a smaller scale. Voi olla, että hän on jo lähtenyt. Voi olla, että hän on jo lähtenyt. I think this means like it could be, it might be, or possibly, it could be the case that they on jo lähtenyt have already left. They meaning he, she. It could be that he or she has already left. Boom. Organic chemistry in university was hard. I've always heard that. Organic chemistry is one of the hardest classes for so many people at university. Aika käy hitaasti. Time passes quickly. Okay. That was a brain fart. Okay. Nopeasti would be quickly. I said the wrong thing. Okay. I am my own judge in this situation. Within the realm of the spreadsheet, this is my kingdom. I still get it right. Okay. Time passes slowly. Hitaasti. Even though I said the exact wrong thing, I'm still giving myself credit. Look, if you know, you know. Your missus has told you otherwise for years. She thinks organic chemistry is the best chemistry. She might be biased as she teaches it. The Maillard reaction occurs between sugars and amino acids when temperatures rise above roughly 140 degrees Celsius. This chemical process produces a range of complex carbon-rich compounds, giving color and flavor to food such as blah, blah, blah. Though, I mean, so it's a Maillard reaction, which I assume is also a chemical reaction. I mean, I imagine in cooking there are many things happening, right? Depending on how long or how hot it is, what the actual food is. Yeah. Best doesn't mean it's not hard. Yeah, you know. Näkymä tunturilta oli upea. The view from the fell was amazing. Onko tämä sama kuin se toinen? Is this the same as that? Or like, is this one the same as that one? Is this the same as the other one? Yeah. It's kind of in English, if I said this, I can really only imagine the other one needs to be away. For some reason in my head, if you're asking this to somebody, it would be like, wait, is this the same as the other one? Like the other one that isn't here, but it's the other place. I don't know. I'm probably, you know what? I don't know how to defend what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to even explain what I'm trying to say, but look, you came here for freedom. You came here for freedom. William Wallace. I was trying to say stream of consciousness, and I said freedom. Freedom of consciousness. I need more of that. My consciousness is enslaved to my to my brain and its dumb thoughts. and dumb feelings. Onko sinulla kaikki, mitä tarvitset? Do you have all that you need? The toinen also sort of implies that the toinen isn't exactly here. JS. Look at that. Are we speaking Finglish? I think we're speaking my Finglish. The subtle nuances overlap. If it were here, then you would say kuin tuo toinen. Yeah. The toinen, lol. That, yeah, it implies that the toinen isn't exactly here. It is fun when you're, I don't know, taking words in different languages or talking about a word in a different language. Oh, yeah. Learning Finnish makes me appreciate English so much, all right? It's and Swedish even more. My goodness, Swedish, it's, I think part of what makes Swedish fun is the fact that you see so many similarities with English, and then you're like, oh, that's interesting, like that we have a similar word, but they're just, you know, like it almost feels like an alternate timeline for English. Like that, you know, if we had just undergone the same kind of sound changes and whatnot, our words would sound like that, you know? But hän sanoi, että meidän pitää odottaa vielä hetki. He or she said that we need to wait still a moment, or a little while longer, I think is how it's translated. Yeah, a little longer. See, I'm getting better. I'm improving. Joka päivä opimme jotain uutta. Every day we study. Opimme. I remember wondering if this is also in the past tense, opimme, or if there's a way, if the past tense is different. But yeah, every day we study something new. Or we learn. Opiskella is to study, opia is to learn. But I'm gonna give myself a little credit there. I was close enough. This is a close enough philosophy. All right. English and Swedish have some same words. Yeah, sex is also 6. I haven't learned the numbers yet. I haven't. Hold on, give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. Pystyn nostamaan tämän painon. I'm able to lift this weight. I was just thinking about past tense for a lot of Yeah, I think like something I've been thinking about working on more is reviewing a lot of the grammar. A lot of things that I learned about, oh, there's like different verb types. There's like 6 or 7 verb types. And I feel like if I went back and studied those again now after having practiced, I think it would help a lot with, I think, in learning to anticipate what the different, like, I don't know how to say this in the past tense, you know, for example. Maybe it's the same. Would it be like pystuin? But yeah, I can lift this weight. Why should you always post jokes in American English? They can reach a wider audience. How dare you? 27. Millions of Americans suffer every year. How dare you? Pystuin. Oh, I was right. I was right. Thank you, Lorelai. Oh, and welcome back, Pahis. Wait, WTF? What? What? Puro solise rauhallis esti metsässä. The reindeer, or no, that's a poro. Puro is a creek. Can you imagine Finnish people trying to talk to me? Like what must be going through my head as I try to translate whatever they're saying? So it is impossible for a Finnish person to talk about creeks or streams without me conjuring images of reindeer, because it's the same word and I have to think like, wait, which one are we talking? The stream babbles. Solise. It babbles peacefully in the forest. The brook, the stream. Speaking of streams, I started a new Stardew Valley file with one of my friends, and we named our Stardew farm Bramble Creek. Bramble Creek. And my character's name is Squeegee. That honestly, such a good word. Actually, you know what? I need to understand, where does that word come from? Etymon squeegee. Wooden scraping instrument with a rubber blade. 1844. I'm actually surprised it's that old. Like, it sounds like something we made up, like, I don't know, in the 1960s. A nautical word originally earlier, squilgy. Do you like how I automatically go to like some weird British accent when I... A small swab made of untwisted yarns. Figuratively, a lazy, mean fellow? Hey, that's not my character. Perhaps from squeege, to press, make one's way by pressure, from 1782. An alteration of squeeze. Later in photography and then window washing. As a verb, use a squeegee on. I mean, oh, like this. Okay, I was confused by this because I'm like, this is still a noun, but I guess you could. I squeegeed the windows. I squeegeed the bathroom. If I have a kid, I'm naming him Squeegee. Actually, him or her. Doesn't matter. It's gender neutral. Squeegee. Squeegee Walton. Making me proud. Wait, you like my project? Hey, look, JS. Leave me and my fellow Americans alone. All right? We speak an amazing version of the English language. And don't be fooled that just because English is older in the UK, that the English that they speak there now is closer to what was actually spoken. In the same way that Canadian French is actually closer to Old French, because the Canadians kept speaking it the old way when the French went through their revolution and changed everything, all right? And I think something similar could be said of the Brits. We Americans are preserving history. That's what we're doing. A real American would name his kids Amber or Stone. I mean, Amber's a common name. Amber is a common name. I knew there was an Amber in my school. And she was cool. Stone? That's a bit weird. I don't know a Stone. Unless it's a last name. Oh, there were those who wanted to modify it to American senses. Look, we just knew what we were doing. All right, we looked at words and we were like, color doesn't need a U in it. Okay? Color. We don't need to put a U in there. And that's what we did. We simplified it. American exceptionalism. No, see, here's the thing. I respect what the British are doing, but let us not drop to the default assumption that they have ownership or some superior claim. Okay? Defenestrate. Wait, is that to like, doesn't that mean like either to jump out of a window or to take down a window or something else? What? Maybe I'm confused with fenestre from whatever. Or is it actually like to like take someone, yeah, to throw out of a window? A word invented for one incident. The defenestration of Prague from 1618. Wow, that's old. 2 Catholic deputies to the Bohemian National Assembly and a secretary were tossed out of the window. They survived. Wow. Wow. I mean, those were the good old days, right? When they just had a trash heap outside of the National Assembly. Outside of a castle. You know, they're like, well, yeah. Oh, this castle, yeah. We're just throw all the trash out the window and let it just pile up outside the castle. Yeah. Like, sometimes I'm like, it would be cool to go back in time, but also, I don't know. I don't know if it would actually be cool. The smells in some places. I don't know. I was thinking about it literally the other day. I was like, whoever invented the toilet, thank you. Thank you. That deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. A.N. Halawa yaka alomakubiani kansanne. Actually, I don't know, what is this? It's no, I don't want to share my... Oh, yeah, this... I don't want to share my holiday photos with you. Olen hyvä puhumaan julkisesti. I actually don't know this. Oh, no, I do know this now. I mean, sometimes I don't actually know the Finnish words, but over time I'm learning to remember the English sentences. That I don't have the sentences memorized, but I know this one means I am good at speaking in public. Okay, I'm gonna switch it up now. And I'm gonna do least practiced, and this is gonna be really hard. Like literally, I don't even know what this is. Torakka voi selviytyä ankarissa oloissa. Something can explain or be explained in the duck. Anka? In olo is a feeling. In feelings of duckhood. All right. What the crap? Yeah. The cockroach, torakka. Not a common word here in Finland because we don't have cockroaches. Or not that I know of. The cockroach can survive, selviytyä, ankarissa oloissa. Ankara means harsh, and olosuhde. How does olosuhde become oloissa? That's weird. I don't know that. We live like kings and better than a significant part of the world. Yeah. By the way, I want to know something. Over the past few years, I have noticed a targeted anti-toilet campaign. And I want to know if there's actual science behind this. There are people who have dedicated their lives to the mission of educating you on how pooping on a toilet is bad for you, apparently. That your legs, the squat, you should be the squat is the proper position to align your internal organs, or so goes the explanation. But I don't know if I believe that. I don't know. Maybe for some people, but like, I don't know. Is that right? Thomas Crapper had patents on water toilets. Yeah, the posture thing. Like, I mean, I'm not against people suggesting it as like, oh, well, if it as a solution if you're having problems. But I feel like it's done the opposite, and people are acting like if you aren't pooping with your knees, with your legs pretzeled over your head, then you're in trouble. Like you're doomed. Saisinko kupin kahvia? Can I get a could I get a cup of coffee? Ole hyvä. You bought a toilet brush yesterday, but you gotta say you still prefer toilet paper 27. Ouch. Yeah. Look, maybe what I need to do, I just had a brilliant idea. Toilet brushes that have a battery in them. So they're like toothbrushes, you know, with the little boo, and they vibrate. And so your toilet brush vibrates as you clean the toilet. How about that? Kirppu hypäsi. Kirppu. Oh God. Kirppu hypäsi. Koiraan turkkiin. There's too many double letters in this. So this is something, did something to the dog's fur. So I'm going to use context, and I know it's the flea. I remember we did this on stream not long ago. The flea jumped, hypäsi, into the dog's fur, right? The flea jumped onto the dog's fur. Hypätä. Hypäsi. The barefoot shoes, Lorelai, is that your equivalent to what I was talking about? I mean, here's the thing though. I in defense of some barefoot stuff, a lot of shoes do cause problems of like cramping your toes, but that doesn't necessarily mean your feet are doomed or that your feet have the problems, you know. But I do think that there is a problem. And I know this because I cannot find a good pair of running shoes that allows my toes to have a little more space. All my running shoes kind of push my toes together, and I dislike that. And if other people want narrow shoes, that's fine, but there aren't enough good wide shoes. And not just wide like in the side, but wide in the toe box. I've struggled to find good shoes for that. The barefoot shoes. You gotta head out now, Helion. All right, thanks for dropping by. But yeah, if someone comes at you and is preaching that, oh, your feet are doomed, you have to wear these shoes. And the thing though, I've learned about like with barefoot shoes, it's like if you go into them, you can actually hurt your feet because your feet aren't used to it. And now suddenly your feet are more exposed to the ground and to flexing and doing all sorts of stuff that they haven't, you know. So you have to do it gradually if you do end up doing it. Wait, what am I doing here? Okay, I did get this right. What kind of ASICs do you have, JS? I was thinking about getting the ASICs Nova Blast, because like I've been using New Balance for years, the 1080, but I don't know. I've now been switching to Brooks and Ultra. I don't run in Ultras, but I like Ultra. I did run in one pair of Ultras, and I don't know. It really wasn't that good. But it was like racing shoes, so I don't. Their other shoes might be fine, like just regular runners. Gel Excite Trail 2. Okay. Wait, are those trail running shoes? Is that what they are? Because I don't know those. I know of like the Cumulus and the Nimbus, the Cumulonimbus. I don't know. They have some weird cloud names. Okay, Kimalainen on tärkeä. Pollutaja. That sounds like polluter. Pollutaja. Puutarhassamme. Something is an important something in the garden, or in our garden. And I think I had to guess at this because I'm like, is it the worm? is an important... No. I know what it is. The bee. This is pollinator. The bee is an important pollinator in our garden. The bumblebee. I was close enough. The bumblebee is an important pollinator. They're quite thin on the front, but Big Toe started to make a hole in the fabric. Yeah, that's the other thing with some of the shoes. I think it's really difficult to make. People have such different feet, right? That I don't know. I don't like get angry at shoe companies. The only thing that frustrates me about shoe companies is that they make a good shoe and then they change it, but they keep calling it the same shoe. Like they did the 1080s, the V12, and then they came out with the V13. So it's a 1080 V13, but the V13 was a totally different shoe. They tried to gaslight us into thinking that it was the same shoe. And they were just like, oh, it's been updated. It's like, well, you can't change everything about the shoe. It was, whatever. But, yeah. Hamahaki rumi massa spindeln. What is it? Creeper or Kruper? I don't know how to pronounce the Y. I don't know. On the ground. Poa. I don't know if I learned the ground, but yeah. The spider. The spider is crawling on the ground. Ampiaiset puolustavat pesäänsä aggressiivisesti. Ampiainen. Pesäänsä. It's some animal. I think it's a wasp. Wasps guard their nest aggressively. Yeah. Got it. No problem. All right, I'm only going to do a few more, and then I got to wrap up stream. I have been so tired all day, and I don't really have an excuse. I mean, I slept a normal amount. I just feel so tired. So I'm going to try and go to bed a bit early. Oh, and by the way, I know this word, naka. I've been learning to differentiate the different birds, the corvid birds here. And naka means jackdaw. The jackdaw lensi pellon yli kohti metsää. Huh? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what this means because I'm like, well, lensi is in the past tense. That's the verb. Pellon yli is like over or above something. And I'm trying to think, like, is it like pelto? What is pelto? I feel like I remember there was a sentence about a bird that disappeared. Like, is that what lensi means? Like the jackdaw did something over that, and then kohti metsää. Does that mean like into the forest? I don't know. I'm not going to give myself credit. I mean, lentää. I should have known that means flew. But for some reason, I just thought it was going to be something different. I don't know. And it flew over the field. Vältet. Koafaltet. It flew over the field towards the forest. Kohti metsä. Okay, yeah. I didn't get it. And it was pelto. Yeah. Oh, a therapy light. Yeah. We are getting there. Yeah. I've never had a therapy light. Maybe I should try one. Well, you only slept 1.5 hours? Oh yeah, well JS, yeah, you were at the hospital. I was like, were you up gaming? Were you just What games have you been playing, JS? I've been like tempted to start playing a game like Factorio. You know? I read an article about Factorio and I was like, oh, I'd probably enjoy that. Saisin ko kupin coffee. Oh wait, I already did this. But we'll do it again. Could I get a cup of coffee? S'il vous plaît. I was gaming up to 1:30, then the pain woke me up at 4. You played the Dead Space trilogy. Okay, I did see that briefly. I didn't take the time to try and understand all the Finnish, but I saw that you wrote Dead Space trilogy in chat. Factorio is very much a wiki game, apparently. Yeah, there's a whole community of people who like just have fun optimizing that game or coming up with optimal strategies and whatever. It's like a spreadsheet game. Factorio would be fun, but the enemies? Yeah, I don't really know. I didn't know that there are enemies in Factorio. Koira vartioi taloa. The dog guards the house, or guarded, right? In the past tense, guarded. Wait, why is it not past tense? Vartioida. I saw so many eyes. I mean, look, you can see a face here. We've got we've got these eyes, and the O is screaming at me that this is not the past tense. This is the present tense. The dog guards the house. Vartioi. Vartioida. You know what? I've given myself credit on other sentences. I'm not giving myself credit for this one. I don't feel like I deserve it. Haravoin lehdet nurmikolta. Lehti haravalla. What is it? Leaves. Some kind of leaves. Lehdet. Lehti. Lehdet. Nurmikolta. Lehti haravalla. I did something to the leaves with a leaf rake, maybe. Is it like I raked the leaves in the nurmikolta? Is that like nurmikko? Does that mean like a yard? Or is that another type of geographical feature? I raked the leaves from the yard with a leaf rake. The lawn. Wait, with a lawn rake? Huh, I don't know. Maybe the English translation is kind of... I mean, this is, of course, this ChatGPT that made this. It might... I don't know what a lawn rake is in English. We just have rakes. It's just a rake. I don't know what... Yeah. But anyways, yeah. It could also be the case that I got this. Actually, let's look. Uusi kielemme. Vocabulary. I think it was in the beginner list. Gardening. Yeah. Maybe it was an intermediate. Yeah. And let me look up rake. Harava. That's why. I gave this list to ChatGPT, and that's why it translated it as a lawn rake. What is... a leaf rake? Oh, that looks really weird. A lawn rake is something different. Yeah, a lawn rake in this case is for like spreading sand on your grass. It's not for leaves. I don't know, maybe you could call it. But no, this is just a fan rake. I know this is not the most important thing to be doing a deep dive. Yeah, a garden rake. Maybe that's what they meant to write here. Like, yeah, just a garden rake. But anyways, that's why the translation sounded weird in English. I did get it right. I got it right enough. Yeah. You've never seen those? Yeah, I mean, I feel like these are only used at like golf courses. Or like if you have one at home, you're way too serious about your grass, you know. That's like, you know, the dad who has like an undiagnosed OCD disorder or something. Right, who's just who loves his lawn more than his children. You know, that kind of tool. But like regular rakes like this, the Sneebower lawn and leaf rake, 77 euros for a leaf rake? Are you insane? I gotta say, what does it come with the lawn? This must be titanium, built for a lifetime. The stainless steel springtime rake is the ideal lawn care tool. When the flexible tines are pulled through grass, they lift up moss and thatch, whilst lightly scarifying. That's a new word, scarifying. Scarifying your lawn to improve aeration. It sounds like I'm giving my lawn a manicure. Scarify the lawn. Use it to gather up leaves in autumn. More details below. First of all, I gotta look up this word scarify. I've never seen this word. Scarifian. Make shallow incisions in the body to let blood or drain pus. From Old French, scarifier, to score, to scrape. Oh, from scrib, to cut. To scarify, to cover with scars. Okay, I'm distracted. Yeah, the triangle-shaped one's most common. You had flat bottom rakes? I don't know. Not the ones not this kind, right? Oop. Is this the kind that you had? I don't even think of this as a rake. This is a smoother, a leveling device, right? It's more of a spreader, a soil spreader, than a rake. Oh, wow. Look at how much fun this lady is having. What is going on? It's like so photoshopped. Look at her feet. What was she? What? It looks like her left hand was holding something else in the original photo. My favorite thing is that somebody had to make this. You know, like somebody was like, all right, I mean, we've got this one that shows the dimensions in good freedom units, by the way. And then we got a guy, this isn't enough. This guy, he's showing the practical application. This just doesn't say that we're a fun tool. We gotta show that we're a fun, hip brand for young people. And so then they made this monstrosity. Oh, all right. Okay, yeah. I think it's time to wrap up. Yeah. Thanks, Polyu. Yeah, thanks everybody for dropping by, for encouraging me in my Finnish quest. We've made some good progress. I feel like I'm improving, and counterintuitively, learning Swedish is helping me with Finnish. Because normally when I would get frustrated with Finnish because I don't feel like I have any progress, I now get those positive emotions from Swedish. So I'm not as angry. It's kind of like I'm cheating on Finnish with Swedish. I'm emotionally cheating on Finnish. I'm getting my emotional needs met. All right. In a separate linguistic relationship with the Swedish language. Swedish gives me the impression that I am capable of learning. I've got this. I can grow. I can improve. And that takes the pressure. It takes the pressure off of Finnish. All right? It's a win-win situation. Just nobody tell Finnish. Finnish is on a need-to-know basis. All right? Yeah, I will be back. If not tomorrow, probably not tomorrow, but for sure on Thursday. And I'll be playing some Littlewood. I did some Googling. I looked at the wiki for Littlewood, and I found some things I didn't realize that I could do. So there will be some more upgrades that I can make, or that, like, I guess goals that I can work towards. Because I feel like we are near the end. So it'll be nice to sort of play the game to completion. Maybe not 100%, but the main story. And yeah, I'll be back. A Halloween horror gaming stream? No way. Although I would like to play the game Dredge. That was a fun... I say that was a fun game. Dave the Diver was a fun game. And Dredge is kind of similar, but it has more, what is it, Lovecraftian horror elements to it. But it's not like a scary game. It doesn't have jump scares or, like, I don't know, really weird, gory zombies and blood and violence, you know, that kind of horror. But yeah, I'll be back Thursday. We'll do a gaming stream, and then yeah, we'll see where we go from there. Yeah. It's crazy. And it's actually going to be my birthday next week. Yeah. That's crazy. Time is flying. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday, a good rest of your week, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.